You got your well, can we talk about what happened with that so
Yeah,
far?
we could. Yeah. Hmm.
So I guess give us the update. What's the latest gossip on the trail cams?
Well, as you know, the guy who was on the card came over to the house and talked to me.
Yeah.
Um, he told me that uh, friends of his had told him he was on the video, and he went and watched the video, and he said that is him in the video, but he didn't take the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the cards, the camera was turned off right when the card was taken out, right when, not long after that person was on the camera. So I don't know what to make of that. There's only one set of tracks in there, but he did come forward, said it wasn't him, and there's only a few cars in that parking lot. There was some, cameras monitoring that parking lot, so we know who was in there. We talked to everybody, and everybody denies that they took it or took the cards. I did a lot of investigating on this and tracked a lot down, but I know that I talked to whoever did it, and I can't say for sure that that person did it or a different person did it. And
Yeah.
but right after the game warden interviewed everybody, um, and I did, and I told each one of them that if they just right off the bat just hand me the cards and apologize, that I would drop it, and that I'm not full of hate or anything, and I understand things. I mean, if somebody's got remorse and it ain't going to happen again, and maybe they learned a lesson, I can get by with that. But each one of them, denied it. But then right after the interviews, I went out scouting, um, put out one of the trail cameras for the study. Came back and my yard was full of construction people, so I pulled off to the side a little bit. And sometime during the night, um, before 3 a.m., because I get up at work. Well, I get up at work at about 2:30. Lights go on and everything, and I got outside lights too. Um, so I went out to my truck at 3 a.m. and the cards were sitting on top of my the rim of my door, right above my handle to open the door, um, in a plastic package. No note, no apology, no knocking on the door or anything. Just the cards there.
Yeah.
So it was somebody who knows where I live. Number one, and it was somebody not afraid to walk up my driveway like that. I mean, there's bushes and stuff that hide it all the way up there, but I've got a perimeter alarm in several places. If you cross it, an alarm goes off in my bedroom. As a matter of fact, I almost murdered a raccoon the other day because I thought it was somebody trying to break in. But I got perimeter alarms. They got past the perimeter alarms, and where I usually park the truck dead smack in front of all the cameras. And because of the construction people, I pushed it off to the side, and there was one camera still aiming at it that was hidden. And I went and reviewed that camera and the rest of them just to see if the person walked out or anything like that. Um, the camera that was aimed at the truck, um, I wasn't sure if it would pick up by the driver's door. It did with infrared, but it didn't pick him up, and it didn't pick up it didn't sense that distance. If it took a picture, it would have got him,
Yeah.
because that was actually a trail camera too. The ones on the house are all video cameras.
Security. Yeah.
Yeah, but the trail camera did not take a picture. I think it was out of range. Um, so I didn't get any pictures of him or anything. But he did. Yeah, whoever it was did give the cards back. The card that was in the regular camera was wiped. Um, I have ways of bringing back or regaining that footage. I haven't tried yet, um, just to see who's on it.
Yeah.
I'll get to that sometime this week. And the other card, the card that we already got the pictures from because they were text to me, that one had all the pictures still on it, but it was in the locked position. So I don't know if he couldn't figure out how to unlock it, or if he just figured, well, you already got those pictures. It ain't going to do you any good to erase them. But the regular trail camera was not in a position where I didn't really expect it to get deer right away.
Right.
So if there's anything on it, it was probably the person who took the card.
Yeah. I can't believe they brought him back.
Well,
like secretively, it's just weird. But
some people find Jesus because they see the light, and some people find Jesus because they feel the heat.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
I think
uncle,
I think maybe it made him think. You can't be all that bad of a person. I mean, a thief would have stole the cameras. It's probably somebody either jealous or frustrated that you're hunting in the same area, or they're after a certain buck and they're obsessed with it and they don't want you to know about it. Something like that, or trying to claim the area. And maybe after seeing how the public feels about it and seeing the videos and stuff, maybe it got to him.
Yeah. Right.
It's not cool. Yeah. I mean, it could be some kid out there with his first camera, and it could be
sure, right,
new to hunting.
Yeah, no. Something else that is odd to me with like fines for doing stuff like that, like deer hunting related or hunting related. It's like people will do all kinds of crazy stuff and poach all these animals and this and that, and then they get like a $500 ticket and that's it. Right. It seems like sometimes our sorry, I got this dang gnat flying around my head. Sometimes our penalties for some of these, what us as hunters feel like are these giant crimes that some hunters commit. It's like in reality, these people like lose their license for a year and have to pay a couple $100 and then they're back at it the next year.
Really, this fine too was $200. I mean, yeah. I spent $200 on on lunch sometimes.
Yeah, right.
It's not that big of a deal, but even if it's $5, there's a pretty big embarrassment about getting busted by a game warden for doing something.
Yeah.
Some people that don't affect, but a guy with moral conscience, I mean, most of us would be like, if you got a speeding ticket, you'd be like, well, all right, okay, I got a speeding ticket. But if you got a citation from a warden, it would hurt you. It would hurt you. You feel like, like you're not morally or ethically right, or that you're being accused of not being morally or ethically right. And none of us want to be that way. And none of us want our friends or anybody to look at us like we're not. I shouldn't say none of us. I mean, there's some creepy ass people out there.
Mm-hmm.
Most hunters do not want that black eye of a citation from the game department. And I get that. I mean, but don't go steal people's crap,
Right.
That's why I was really hoping it could be, a DNR investigation, a DNR violation if somebody was caught, rather than the sheriff. Because generally theft is the sheriff. It's kind of funny. I don't know if every state's like that, but in Wisconsin, some laws are governed by the sheriff, some are governed by the wardens. Like the warden can't give a trespass ticket. If somebody's hunting on your land, he can't even ticket them. It has to be a sheriff. But in this case, the warden said because the camera was on public land, and he even had to look it up, he said that he could do the citation. And I like that better because the sheriffs are a little busy and kind of really don't want to deal with.
They have better things to do with drugs and right.
But the warden, I mean, our wardens here really want to know when something like that's going on. I mean, it might be kind of like a little petty crime, but then they can kind of concentrate on that property and they know that person's hunting there, because generally, it's the same people committing crimes. I remember I told the warden on the phone, I said at least this guy got a good wake up call, and hopefully he starts thinking a little bit and we don't get any more crimes out of him, and the warden said, don't be so sure about that. It's the same 5 people that revolve through his doors over and over in the county. He says when there's a crime, you just look at those people. It's usually one of them. So
That's what
the rest of us are all pretty good people, you know.
that's what I was talking to a police officer once. That's what he told me his job pertains to. Is he like arrests the same 10 people every month? That's what he does every month. The same 10 people. They come in, they get out, they keep doing what they're doing. You arrest them again, and the cycle continues.